Let's see.
MAGA forces are determined to take this country backwards.
You know what it is? It's Zeus.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
They care, but do they really know? It's beyond their ability. Is it really though? They say they care. We know they really don't.
It's all a front for show. They do it all for show.
They set the world on fire. They let it burn slow.
I was just cruising the streets.
I was looking
Superwoman, good morning.
My family needs what they got. My family eating, they sleep. My family eating the streets. My family.
It's a PSA announcement. They say they care, but they really don't. Good morning, Anita. Rick, good morning.
They keep on blaming the media
And blaming the government.
You say you want freedom, do you really know? You give them your rights away and then you give them more. Money coming in different
Good morning,
ways.
Gina.
Don't say you helping these kids and then you close the door.
Don't say you're helping these kids.
And politicians, you hypocrites.
Let's go.
Power to make a change and make a difference. All this talking you're saying and ain't saying much. They say they care.
Hey.
But do they really know?
No, they don't care.
Beyond their ability.
Is it really though?
They say they care. We know they really don't. It's all for show.
They do it all for show. They set the world on fire. They let it burn slow. They set the world on fire. They let it burn slow.
Yeah. They let it burn slow.
Good morning. Good morning. So
They let
listen.
it burn slow. Your left arm in, you take your left arm out. You put your right hand in and then you shake it all about.
Hey,
Do this hokey pokey, yeah, they break you on down.
that's what it's all about. Hey,
Humpty Dumpty, sat on the wall.
Hey.
Humpty Dumpty, he had a great fall.
He did.
And all the king horses,
hey,
all the
Miss
king
B. Hey,
couldn't put them back together again.
don't be so basic and practice on your greatness. Life don't work like that. Gotta be amazing. I've been down and out. I know what it takes to be on top right now. I know I'm your favorite.
This is hip-hop, politics and relevance. This ain't J6, but
It's an insurrection. Good morning, Leslie. I see ya. Long time no see.
To the next level. I could match the trigger
In a state of shock, cause the time has come. The Proud Boys got 22 for seditious conspiracy. What happened to Back the Blue? He told you to march to the Capitol and he would be there too. Officers died and you wanted to hang Pence too. He said Biden would lose, he beat Trump too. And now you got Zeus. So who's the Marxists and communists and fascists? Let's see it.
Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans represent an extremism
That's true.
that threatens the very foundations of our republic. And they see their MAGA failures transfer of power after the 2020 election as preparation for the 2022 and 2024
All right.
elections. MAGA Republicans do not respect the Constitution.
They don't respect the
They do
Constitution.
not believe in the rule of law. They do not recognize the will of the people.
No, they don't.
They refuse to accept the results of a free election.
That's right, President Biden. That's exactly what MAGA does. All right, let's get this show started, ladies and gentlemen. Dark Cece, I see you out there, Miss Boss Diva.
feel like I'm stuck.
I'll be releasing the song very soon. Don't worry. All right. Definitely got to have that out there in those streets.
It's like a curse.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is officially showtime, and you know what we got to do.
Deja vu.
I got to get in my zone, ladies and gentlemen.
It's deja vu when I'm running up these racks.
I'm like the Terminator
screaming, I'll be back. It's deja vu when I'm out here flying first class. It's like every week I gotta take out the trash. I'm on top of my game, ahead of the class. You can tell that I made it.
Look at my grass.
Cars in the garage
With tanks full of gas. I play the game so raw, I won't finish last. Sitting in my living room screaming how we made it. This is how it's supposed to happen when you're rich and famous. That algorithm turned me to a maniac. I guess we going viral cause my zodiac. I got all these numbers on my spreadsheet. Benjamin Franklin is my bestie. And if they is my ex, that mean they left me. They don't get replies if they text me. I say it with my chest cause I mean it. Got a lot of confidence and I'm conceited. Call me the master with a new whip. I'ma take off in a spaceship.
I'll tell you what, I'm not.
Here they go.
Live in a couple of meetings.
Yes.
Shit was radical.
Very
It was
Woo!
horrible. I'm like, you.
Ah!
Zeus has gone way.
I know.
It's like deja vu. running up these raps. I'm like
The funniest part of that track right there, and I knew I had to add it in there. Good morning. We're gonna cut the music off. The funniest part of the track, that was in a Snuggles Live, Conservative Lynn Snuggles, and who else is that? Oh yeah, Mama Cat, and you can hear Mama Cat in the background going, "I'm sitting up here having a drug test being taken," and I don't know what that implied, but that is the best way to describe how I got these Trump supporters, right? I got them up there, and these Trump supporters, when they come and check in and see what Zeus is talking about, I got them up there getting a drug test taken, right? Oh yeah, Zeus is off the rails. I'm sitting up here having a drug test taken. All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's get started today, ladies and gentlemen, with today's show. Good morning, Toy, the beautiful Toy. Nice to see you. For those of you who don't know who I am, let's get this out of the way. I go by the name Zeus, or as some like to say, Triple H. And why do they call me Triple H? They call me Triple H, well, first of all, because the first H stands for honest. I'm the most honest person on social media. There's nobody more honest than me, I promise. I'll tell you nothing but the truth. So help me God. All right? Because I really do care about you. And that goes out to all of you Russian bears. All right? I will tell a Russian bear the truth. You can growl at me as much as you want, but I'm going to tell you the truth. That's the Russian bear growling, right? All right? The second H, ladies and gentlemen, is because I am the most humble person on social media. Hands down, there's nobody more humble than me, all right? If I get it wrong, I really will be the first to apologize. Like, for instance, the other day, I told my friends Stacy and Janae, I said, I will not use your name again on my platform. I want to be respectful. But after I saw how they behaved in my live and other lives, I said, you know what? I got that completely wrong. What was I thinking? Thinking that those two Russian bears could actually behave. I got that completely wrong. So I had to apologize. I'm so sorry for saying I wouldn't use their name. No, I will use their names, okay? And see how humble I am? I will apologize. I got it wrong. That was a close one. All right. And last but not least, the last H, ladies and gentlemen, is because I am and will always remain the most handsome. Cut it out, Nutty. Cut it out, Nutty. Thank you, Miss Silk. Right now, listen up, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you who aren't familiar with what we do on this side of TikTok, it's quite simple. All right, we hold our so-called friends on the right accountable for their dirty, disgusting, filthy deeds. All right, as well as their leader, Donald J. Trump, accountable for their crimes. And believe you me, when it comes to the MAGA, especially the MAGA Republicans, there is a plethora of crimes to discuss. All right. And so along those lines, I want the folks in here, especially the Trump supporters, who I know, as my good friend, Brother Swervin once said, are lactose intolerant. That means when they get facts, they have an allergic reaction. You know, if you're lactose intolerant, you can have an allergic reaction to that milk, right? Because it got lactate in it. So we got factate in this live, ladies and gentlemen, for the MAGA. So if you're allergic to facts, MAGA, listen up. I want you to understand, and I mean this with all due respect, this live is specially crafted to make sure if you're hungry, you're going to lose your appetite. If you're happy, it's going to make you cry. It's going to make you sad. All right? If you thought you were the most smartest person in TikTok, right? You know what they say? I've done more research than all of you Democrats. They come into my live and they say that. It's going to make you feel real dumb. Because I know that the educational level of most MAGA is third grade at best. Because I refuse to believe, ladies and gentlemen, that there's a Trump supporter out there with a PhD. All right, that means they've went to school, they've done their associate's degree, their bachelor's, they've went past the whole math, and they became a subject matter expert in whatever their discipline is. And I just refuse to acknowledge that there's a person out there with a PhD that believes everything Donald J. Trump says. It doesn't exist. All right, so MAGA, I want you to do me a huge favor because I'm about to ruin your breakfast. All right, I'm going to need you to sit your specials behinds down and listen to this special broadcast. And that goes to you, Stacy and Janae, who I've branded to be Russian bears, because when they say things like poke the bear, we know that's a Russian reference. Janae has at least 50 different accounts. She works for, I suspect, a troll farm for Vladimir Putin. And I got my eyes and ears out on both her and Stacy, because I'm learning more and more each and every single day that they are using KGB tactics to infiltrate. They've already taken over the Republican Party on TikTok, and they're trying to infiltrate the Democrats, and we're not going to allow these two Russian bears who work for Vladimir Putin to get another. We're not going to let them get off easily. Not absolutely not. So, ladies and gentlemen, please put the word out. If you see Stacy and Janae, just let them know we know that they're Russian operatives, and to cut it out. All right, come clean. And then Janae did say this to me, ladies and gentlemen. I heard yesterday or 2 days ago. She said, "Zeus, you missed me. I turned on my camera and I showed the world just how beautiful I was." Well, listen, Janae. Honestly, it doesn't count. It doesn't count until you come to this live and turn on your camera, right? All right, so listen up, MAGA. Listen, if you're lactose intolerant and you're allergic to the truth, this is your opportunity to exit this live. Exit stage left. Get the heck out of here, all right? But you don't got to take my word for it. What? Listen to your leader.
If you're not happy here,
then
you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country,
right?
If you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
It's over, MAGA. If you're still here listening to this live, it's on you. It's on you. I have no mercy when it comes to bringing this truth to you Trump supporters. None. You can cry about the border as much as you want, Snuggles. I am perfectly fine with Palestinians protesting in this country. What I'm not fine with is these J6ers who are running around here pretending like they're all of a sudden victims. You're not victims, you're criminals. All right? And along those lines, I want to get started this morning, ladies and gentlemen. I got a special message for the MAGA. And this has to do with Donald Trump and how he definitely doesn't respect the Constitution. As a matter of fact, he tries to suspend it, right? So let's get into this, all right? Good morning, my Americans, my fellow Democrats, independents, and real Republicans. Not you, MAGA. Once again, I sit here before you on this sacred middle throne in Olympus, burdened by the troubling direction our nation has been steered in recent years by Donald Trump and his MAGA demons. We find ourselves at a nasty crossroads where the very essence of our democracy, the Constitution of the United States, is being challenged by those who we know should be entrusted to protect it. The Make America Great Again movement, led by defendant and former President Donald Trump, promised to restore our country to its former glorious days. However, it has raised serious concerns about the fundamental respect for the constitutional principles that make America truly great. Listen up, MAGA. The Constitution is not just a document. Let me repeat that again for you Trump supporters. The Constitution is not just a document. It is the embodiment of our nation's values, a symbol of the rule of law, and it guarantees the rights and freedoms we hold dear. It is the cornerstone of our democracy, and it must be revered, not undermined. Unfortunately, this is the real facts. Under Donald Trump's administration, we saw worrying disregard for the norms and standards set by the Constitution, from undermining the freedom of the press by labeling them as the enemy of the people, to questionable actions that raise concerns about Emolument Clause violations. We've witnessed a flurry, and I truly do mean this word flurry, of actions that undermine the Constitution's checks and balances. This is MAGA in a nutshell. For instance, we all witnessed an attempt to undermine the core principles of our Constitution. It's a story that involves former President Donald Trump and his MAGA demons, and, with the MAGA movement, as they tried, what they tried to do? They tried to suspend the very essence of our democratic process, the 12th Amendment of the Constitution. They did. As you all know, the incitement of the Capitol insurrection on January 6th was a dark, very dark, and dangerous day in our nation's history. It was a direct attack on our democracy with the aim of overturning a free and fair election, a cornerstone of our constitutional republic. It is not a day we will ever forget, no matter how many times Donald Trump and his MAGA demons try to make us, with their endless attempts to somehow portray themselves as victims. You're not victims, you're criminals. For MAGA, listen up to this. The 12th Amendment, ratified in 1804, outlines the procedures for electing the President and Vice President of the United States. It establishes the Electoral College system, balancing the voice of the people with the representation of the states. It is a vital safeguard that ensures the peaceful transfer of power and upholds the democratic principles upon which our nation was founded. MAGA doesn't like the truth. I know I got some of them out there passing out. Where's that Tiny Tim guy? I guarantee you he's in his truck right now, pulled over. He's in tears right now because he knows this is what it's all about. Yeah, pull it over, Tiny Tim, and listen up. You too, Double D. Donald Trump, ladies and gentlemen, we have all witnessed him being accused of engaging in a criminal, corrupt conspiracy to defraud American people by spreading baseless claims of widespread voter fraud despite a lack of credible evidence. John Eastman, or Rudy, Dirty in the Booty, Giuliani, Mark Meadows, Sidney Powell, all of those folks. These claims were used as a pretext to challenge the legitimacy of the election results and undermine the Electoral College process. The goal was to overthrow the will of millions and millions of American voters and to cling to power, disregarding the very foundation of our democracy. The attempts to suspend the 12th Amendment were manifested in various ways. Pressure was put on state officials to alter the election outcome. Lawsuits were filed to challenge the results, and misinformation campaigns were launched to sow doubt and confusion amongst the American people. I mean, this is criminal conduct at a very, very high level, all right? And I got to call it out when I see it. On January 6, 2021, you can release as much footage as you want to. It's not going to change a thing. We all witnessed the culmination of this assault on our democratic process as Congress gathered to certify the electoral votes. A violent mob incited by Donald Trump, they stormed the United States Capitol seeking to disrupt the proceedings and prevent the peaceful transfer of power. It was a direct attack on the sanctity of our Constitution and a betrayal of the principles that have guided our nation for over 2 centuries. Am I waking your game up, MAGA? I know you were eating that
Egg McMuffin at McDonald's. It's not so tasty. It's not so tasty right now, is it? It's not that Diet Coke you were drinking for breakfast. It's not so tasty. Fox News just isn't getting it, right? Because I'm hitting you right where it hurts, right? The attempt to suspend the 12th Amendment was not only an attack on our democratic institutions, but also a dangerous precedent that, if it were to have been successful, would have undermined the very fabric of our nation. It is a stark reminder that the preservation of our democracy requires eternal vigilance and an unwavering commitment to upholding the principles set forth in the beloved Constitution, which we all know Donald Trump and MAGA don't respect. You see, the MAGA movement's persistent efforts to undermine the legitimacy of the 2020 election results, which is President Biden and Kamala Harris are the winners, all right? And they do this despite the fact that there is credible evidence. It's very alarming that they continue to do this. This narrative not only threatens our democratic process, but also the peaceful transfer of power, like I said earlier, which is a sacred tradition enshrined, you know, when they say enshrined, that means protected by our Constitution. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's join together. You know, and I love to do this before I get the show started. Join me, ladies and gentlemen, because we're going to resist this nonsense. All right? Join me in giving Donald Trump and the MAGA movement, which is being fueled by a strong, demonic, evil, corrupt force. Join me in giving them their first round of booze and shame, all right? Because they don't follow the rule of law, and it is quite clear that they do not respect the Constitution. Let's give them the first round of booze and shame. That's what you gotta do to MAGA. That's what you gotta do to these Trump supporters. Listen. Like I said, I still see there's some dissension in the comments. Listen up, MAGA. It's not up to you, all right? Like I said, if you still are here and you're listening, I want you to really dig deep within yourself and ask yourself, how did I end up on the wrong side of history? How did I end up sending Donald Trump all of my money? How did I throw my family and friends away for this twice impeached, one term, 4 times indicted, 91 felony charges, orange, bronze makeup wearing loser? Why did you do it?
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country,
This is him.
if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S., if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
That's right, MAGA. That's right. Now, the first thing I want to touch on, ladies and gentlemen, all right, this is it. You know, I got to go through my headlines, but this is a very important thing to point out. So there's a lot of elections going on, all right? So while this show is meant to be entertaining and engaging and bring the truth and make sure we stomp out all of the MAGA demons and the demonic forces within, this is a call to action. As you all know, Tuesday's elections, which is today in a lot of these states, are taking place. All right, states like, let me pull it up right now. Where are these elections? There's one in Kentucky, right? Okay, it's about the governor. All right, there's Ohio. If you're in the state of Ohio, okay? Where else? Virginia. All right. Where else? Mississippi. All right. Rhode Island, Pennsylvania. I think in New York, I think as well, right? I think there's some mayor stuff going on. All right. Or no, not mayors, but what do I see? Council District 9 in New York. All right. So listen up. Make sure you go to the website, iwillvote.com. Make sure you qualify to register. And make sure you get out there and actually vote and be a part of democracy, all right? Because whether you believe it or not, your input does matter. My only hope is that you go in there and you make the right choice. All right. This show is designed to help make sure you are as informed as possible. All right. All right. And you know the rule, vote blue if you want to save democracy. And I do mean that, because the alternative, trust me, everybody that's voted for Donald Trump, right? And they've seen the way this country is headed, they're sick right now. They can't believe, after they've came to our live, right? And they heard all of this truth, they've gone, oh my God, Donald Trump lied to us. A lot of Trump supporters have came clean. Trump, they send me messages in my DMs after the show. Zeus, I didn't know all of the stuff that you've been saying. I can't go out in public and say it. This is what they tell me. I can't go out in public and say it because, my MAGA friends, they'll think differently of me. But thank you, Zeus, because what you are doing, especially with you and your panelists that come up each and every single day, you are truly saving America. All right. So with that being said, I want to make sure you all if you've gone and voted, all right. First of all, let's give yourself a round of applause. Or if you're planning to vote. Yeah, really. Yes, really. A lot of people thank me for these lives, holding this space, keeping it 100% true. I know it's shocking. But trust me, it's working. It's very effective. They go, Zeus, I've never had politics be put this way, the way it's going, So keep it up and thank you. So yes, and the truth is getting out there, right? We're talking about people coming to the understanding that women's reproductive freedoms are on the line, right? Because that's what Donald Trump and the MAGA want to do. They want to take those rights away. They want to attack the LGBTQI plus community, right? They don't care about children, right? They want to take the funding away from getting these kids what they need, which is food. That's the foundation. All right, you got to be able to eat. And see, the Republicans don't want to help. And so what they do is they sabotage the Democrats, right? And then say, look, the Democrats don't know what they're doing. And then they get people to go in and foolishly vote for them. So once again, this is a PSA announcement. Get out there and vote. All right, you can look it up on the internet just like all of us. All right, there's no excuse. All right, now let's move on to our first topic today. All right, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So we are all fully aware that Donald Trump, he had to go testify under oath yesterday, right? And he didn't let us down. He went in there and acted a plumb dumb fool. Which is pretty much par for the course, because it's not like Donald Trump, in my opinion, is really that intelligent. I mean, hypothetically, I can't go down this rabbit hole, but let's just say if Zeus ever wanted to commit some sort of crimes, Donald Trump would be the last person I would collude with, because he has to be not just dumb, but one of the dumbest criminals we've ever seen. If it wasn't for the fame, there's just no reason. There's no way. And again, he's lucky because he came from a family that actually had money to give him to allow him to, become famous the way that he did, because there's no real talent there. I mean, if there is a talent, I would argue it's having the ability to be incredibly dumb and evil at the same time. I mean, I've never seen it like this. So yesterday he was on trial, and, this is what they're saying. There was one word for Donald Trump that destroyed his defense. And I know Donald Trump is out there saying, it felt good. You ever see somebody lose a game and then come out and say, oh, I felt really great. I performed real well, but they lost. That's what Donald Trump is, right? Let's hear it.
Charged with business fraud. And because his demonstrably ineffectual lawyers obviously do not have the skills to prepare their client for even the simplest and most obvious questions, Donald Trump incriminated himself and his children with the only one-word answer that he gave all day. Question: who within the Trump organization was responsible for preventing and detecting fraud? Answer: everybody. And there, Donald Trump destroyed any shred of defense in the case for himself and his co-defendants, Donald Trump Jr. and Eric Trump.
Wow.
Everybody.
Wow.
You could spend weeks trying to think of a stupider answer than that, and you cannot come up with one. Now remember, going into his testimony today, the verdict was already rendered on the fraud that Donald Trump and his sons committed.
Right.
The question now is only, will they face the maximum penalty for that fraud, which could include fines of up to $250 million? Donald Trump's job as a witness today was to give the judge a reason, any reason, to lower the penalty against him and his sons.
Right.
His job was to make the judge think the fraud wasn't Donald Trump's fault, wasn't Donald Trump Jr.'s fault, wasn't Eric Trump's fault. It was the accountant's fault or something like that. That wouldn't eliminate the penalty, but it could significantly soften it. And instead, Donald Trump continued his war with the judge who is going to decide the fate of Donald Trump's business, and Donald Trump incriminated himself and his kids. Question, who within the Trump organization was responsible for preventing and detecting fraud? Answer, everybody. Lawyers dream.
You know what? You can't fix stupid. You really can't. And this is the classic example of that. You can't fix stupid. So, ladies and gentlemen, join me in once again giving Donald Trump another round of booze and shame, because he was supposed to go in there and soften the blow. You know, Judge, please don't take it all. Just take a little bit out. What do I got to do to fix this? And like the dummy he is, he went in there and threw not only himself under the bus, but he made sure he let it be known that all the people around him should also be thrown under the bus, right? So let's give him some booze and shame, right? Is there any Trump supporters? I'm gonna be honest. I gotta ask this. Are there any Trump supporters out there that really think Donald Trump is going to be able to survive being prosecuted by these 4 criminal trials, 91 felony charges? Do you really think this guy has the mental fortitude to actually go in there and properly defend himself from these charges? Do you think does anyone out there still believe he can do it? Oh my God, I've never seen anything like this. Does anyone out there think Donald Trump can defend himself successfully from these criminal charges after watching this performance yesterday? Because you already need because what is your definition of winning? What do you consider winning? In my opinion, I would consider winning, maybe me not going to prison, maybe none of these charges sticking. But I'm concerned that MAGA thinks winning is all about whether or not how many retweets and retruths Donald Trump can get based off of his ridiculous performance. Yeah, winning a prison sentence, I agree. All right. So I don't know what to say, but he's definitely getting booze and shame for that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's move it on. I see there's some dissension in the comment section. All right, by the way, I do have a question for you, Trump supporters. This came up on my timeline. And I said, let me ask the kingdom about this. Is this true? MAGA. Is this true? Because when you tell me things like Donald Trump isn't a racist, I can't help but wonder, why is he not attacking this judge? What's the difference? Can somebody help me understand why Donald Trump hasn't said anything mean about Judge Eileen Cannon, but he has a lot of nasty things to say about Letitia James, Judge Tanya Chutkin, and our good friend Fonnie Willis? MAGA, MAGA, I know you think I'm paid by George Soros. Okay, fine. Please, don't bring that up. Just answer this question. You see, they can't even answer the question, right? They can't. MAGA has no answers. I bet you they're somewhere right now crying. I bet you Snuggles is live right now crying about the border. All right, good morning, Straight Facts. Lovely to see you. An excellent show this morning. So we ain't getting so we're not getting any answers from MAGA about why Donald Trump isn't attacking Eileen Cannon, but he feels more than comfortable to attack these lovely black women. Well, I'm going to answer it. It's just more proof that Donald Trump is racist. That's what that is. It's just more proof that since you don't have an answer, I was waiting to see if you had an answer, but none of you gave me one, so that's the answer we're running with. All right. Let's move on to our next topic, ladies and gentlemen. All right, now you all know, you know who that is, right? Let's give him his daily. Let's give Jack Smith what he deserves, right?
Jack Smith. He's a Trump hater. His wife's a Trump hater. His family's a Trump hater. They all hate Trump. They hate him with a passion. They'll do anything they can to hurt Trump. But he's a harasser and an abuser.
Right. Our good friend Jack Smith. All right. And you know, Donald Trump thinks he's the victim of whatever Jack Smith has done. And you know what Jack Smith is good at doing? You know what he's really good at, right?
Donald Trump is indicted and they take one charge and they turn it into 36 charges.
Woo, that Jack Smith, I tell you, he is on Donald Trump like white on rice. He doesn't miss. I mean, listen, I love Fonnie Willis because she's very fierce and straight to the point, and she plays no games. But Jack Smith, he's on a different type of time with Donald Trump's behind. All right. So I want to make sure we are all aware of this. All right. So yesterday, Jack Smith's team, they filed a response to Donald Trump's motion for a mistrial. You know, Donald Trump's trying to have this trial thrown out. And this was 79 pages of hell on earth. This was 79 pages of hell on earth, right? All right. And this is what it starts out saying. Special counsel Jack Smith argued yesterday that Donald Trump's bid to subvert the 2020 election was far from a case of misplaced advocacy or constitutionally protected free speech. He urged the federal judge presiding over Trump's Washington, D.C. trial to sweep aside Donald Trump's bid to, quote, sanitize his conduct. He says, quote, the defendant's attempt to rewrite the indictment, claiming that it charges him with wholly innocuous, perhaps even admirable conduct. He thinks what he did on January 6th somehow was a good thing. You can't make this stuff up. Sharing his opinion about election fraud and seeking election integrity, when in fact it clearly describes the defendant's fraudulent use of knowingly false statements as weapons in furtherance of his criminal plans. We're not letting Donald Trump off the hook. All right. In a 79-page filing, Smith teams articulate its clearest case yet for Trump's prosecution, repeatedly characterizing Trump's false claims of election fraud as knowing lies aimed at defrauding election officials. From secretaries of states and governors to his own Vice President Mike Pence. You know, yesterday I heard HVAC. HVAC said something about Mike Pence not being credible. HVAC, I need you want to be a good debater. I'm going to need you to go look this up. All right. And use this. In the indictment, the original indictment, Donald Trump is on record telling Mike Pence, Mike Pence, that's your problem. You're too honest, right? This is what Trump said about Mike Pence because Mike Pence didn't want to go along with the conspiracy. So, HVAC, please, if you're going to say that Mike Pence isn't a credible person, then explain why Trump was saying that Mike Pence is too honest, right? And just add that to your toolbox. Okay, Smith also indicated that he intends to introduce evidence in Trump's March trial that Trump stoked the January 6, 2021 riot at the Capitol and then used it to further derail Congress proceedings that day. See, Jack Smith got a lot of evidence. He has cell phones. You know whose cell phone he has? He has Mark Meadows. And if you go read Cassidy Hutchinson's book, you will know just how deep Mark Meadows was in on this crime. And Mark Meadows has immunity now because he's cooperating. You see, and Jack Smith has all of this evidence, MAGA. And when it comes out, because there's a bet I got, a lot of these Trump supporters, they say, Zeus, if Donald Trump is convicted, we will not support him. And the poll numbers actually show that that's what, there's a lot of folks out there that say if he's convicted, we can't vote for a criminal. It's coming. The conviction is coming because the evidence is so overwhelming. I know you just spit up your breakfast, but I don't care. All right. Prosecutors say that they will rely on Donald Trump's promise to pardon many of the rioters. He calls them hostages now. His description of January 6th as a beautiful day, and his decision to record a song with some of the violent offenders imprisoned in Washington, D.C. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this rebuttal to Trump's own efforts to dismiss the indictment, which charges him with mounting a sweeping campaign to pressure state and local election officials to throw out Joe Biden's victory in closely fought states, is a campaign of deceit. All right. And then it goes on to say this. The defendant stands alone in Americans' history for his alleged crimes. No other president has engaged in conspiracy and obstruction to overturn valid election results and illegitimately retain power. All right. And this is one point I wanted to make sure we all understand. This is a good one. Knowing lies are neither opinions or pure advocacy. And in any event, the defendant could not use so-called advocacy as a cover for his scheme to obstruct a government function through deceit. Were it otherwise, defendants captured, this is what they say, if that was the case, defendants captured en route to a bank robbery, they couldn't be charged with conspiracy because their crime didn't succeed, right? This is what look at the results. Nothing happened, so how can you try to get me? I didn't do it. You were planning it. We got the evidence. Even if Trump could present evidence, and this is one for you, Snuggles, even if Trump could present evidence that he genuinely believed that the election was stolen, the prosecutors added his use of specific debunked claims of fraud to achieve his goals would still make him guilty. You get that? All right, let me say that again. Even if Trump genuinely believed the election was stolen, the prosecutors added that his use of specific debunked claims of fraud to achieve his goal would still make him guilty of an effort to defraud the government. His similar false statements to convince Mike Pence to single-handedly overturn the election were built around his false claims of a bona fide dispute about which slate of electors should be counted. I'm not lying. I am not lying. I'm telling you the truth. I have no reason to lie to you. So, ladies and gentlemen, join me once again in giving Donald Trump another round of booze and shame. Because Donald Trump does not respect the Constitution. As a matter of fact, he asked Mike Pence to put him above the Constitution. And his supporters still believe this crap. But Jack Smith isn't going to, and neither will we. So let's give Donald Trump another round of booze and shame. This is the most evil person I've ever seen in the White House. hands down. And I've known about a lot of people, ladies and gentlemen, in the White House. All right, I really have. Let's move on to our one more topic, right? And then we will. Well, there's two more topics, but I felt this is a very important one to address because I actually think Marjorie Taylor Greene, she sees the writing on the wall. She knows Donald Trump is going to jail. She knows the MAGA Republican Party is a thing of the past. All right? No one wants them. She sees the poll results and she knows it's over. There will never be a red wave in this country as long as Donald Trump's around. There will never, ever be a red wave. And Marjorie Taylor Greene, she took her own party to task yesterday. All right? If you've already seen this, you know, it's just a friendly reminder. All right? But let's hear what Marjorie, some say Marjorie Taylor Greene. Let's hear what she had to say about her fellow Republicans.
Republican voters across the country are sick and tired of Republicans because they never do anything to hold this government accountable. Republicans go out on the campaign trail and go on TV and do their 5-minute hearing videos and post up on social media and say all this garbage about how they're going to fight it and stop it. Well, I feel like many of the American people that think that Republicans in Congress completely fail them. I feel the same way, and I'm a Republican member of Congress.
You hear that? You hear that, ladies and gentlemen? Republican voters all across the country are sick and tired of Republicans because they never do anything to hold this government accountable. Yeah, Marjorie, you're spot on. She said, all right, and Congress completely failed them, and that she feels the same way, and that she is a Republican. So if you're voting today, I want you to keep these words. I want you to keep this message that I'm sharing with you in mind before you go in there and vote. Because if you vote for the Republicans, which is your right to do, you can't say you didn't know, right? So ladies and gentlemen, join me in giving Marjorie Taylor Greene a round of boos and shame, because unfortunately, it's too late, Marjorie, to tell the truth. All right? It's too late for you. All right? Let's give her some boos and shame. Get her out of here. I see there's some dissension in the comment section. Too much lightning flying around. There's still some dissension in the comment section. I told you, Trump supporters, I'm going to ruin your breakfast. I intended to do that. And I'm going to make you angry. That's what I intended to do. But you chose to be here because I gave you ample warning before I got started with this live. I said, listen to your leader.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country,
and you do.
If you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S.,
Negro.
if you're complaining all the time, very simply, you can leave. You can leave right now. Come back if you want. Don't come back. It's okay too. But if you're not happy, you can leave.
Nothing grinds my gears more than a Trump supporter trying to pretend like they have some sort of problem in the United States of America, especially after what they did on January 6th. It's the most disrespectful, unpatriotic thing I've ever seen in my life. They sit here and they try to look for excuses for their bad behavior. Evil, criminal conduct. They're looking for any excuse. They will bring up immigration. They will bring up inflation. They will bring up Barack Obama. They will bring up the border. They will bring up the conflict going on in Ukraine and in Israel. They will bring up anything they can to try to make it look like they're victims when they're not. I'm not going for it. You want to cry me a river? Go listen to Justin Timberlake then. That's your thing. But don't you dare come listen. Don't come talking to Zeus and start sounding like you're a victim. You're a criminal. I want every one of you Trump supporters to understand. When you come into my live and you identify yourself as MAGA, I instantly know I'm talking to a traitor, a criminal, an evil MAGA possessed demon. No matter what shape and size you come in, it's the same MAGA demon. I ran into you, okay? And I'm going to treat you accordingly. I'm not going to get outside of my character and, start yelling at you and acting ugly and nasty. Because I'm not an ugly or nasty person. I'm actually quite handsome, so there's no need for that. But I'm going to treat you like I need to treat you, which is I got to treat you like you're demons. All right? And I rebuke demons quite often. I really do. All right? I rebuke them and I cast them out. All right? As far as I'm concerned, there's only two choices for MAGA. Jail or hell or both. That's actually three options, right? That's what, when they come in my box, I'm like, now which one are they? Which way am I sending this one? To jail, or am I trying to send them to hell? Him or her? All right, and then the conversation heads that direction because I have no remorse. I've been too kind, right, Ange? We've been too nice to Donald Trump and his supporters, right? But we can't be nice anymore, right? Because guess what? The gloves are off.
Everyone knows and I wouldn't have said this 3 weeks ago. I wouldn't have said it. I was actually very kind to him. But now we can't be kind anymore because the gloves are off.
Right?
The jar has been opened.
The gloves are off and the jar's open, MAGA, and it's because of you. It was you, MAGA. It was you. All right. Now we're rounding the corner with the morning show, and this is one of my favorite topics to cover. This is truly Good Morning, Miss Boss Diva. I don't know if I said that. One of the things that I'm intent on doing, as long as the good Lord allows me to, is to cover what happened to these traitors on January 6th, right? And we got some news yesterday, ladies and gentlemen, from the DOJ. All right. So the Justice Department has issued their 34-month report on the January 6th defendants. We're tracking your behinds. I'm not just the one tracking you. The DOJ is tracking these folks. All right? And they reported that more than 1,202 people have been charged in the related attack. All right? Let's give the DOJ a round of applause. Look at these traitors right there. Look at this. Trump supporters clash with police and security forces as people try to storm the United... Snuggles, you showed me a picture of a Palestinian protesting yesterday. I want you to show that picture today, and then I want you to show this picture, all right? And then ask your loser fans, all of them are losers, what's the difference? And I can tell you right now, it's a huge difference. Just look at the number of traitors right there. All traitors. Look at what they're doing with the American flag. They should be flying it high, but look at what they're doing with it. They're destroying it because they don't respect the Constitution. They're attacking law enforcement, security forces. They're there with tactical gear. You're there with the Oath Keepers and the Proud Boys and the Patriot Front. All there because of Donald Trump. You ought to be ashamed of yourself, Snuggles. Border whatever. You keep crying about that border. As the Justice Department continues to investigate the riot at the United States Capitol on January 6th, they reported that more than 1,202 defendants have been charged in almost all 50 states and the District of Columbia with criminal activity related to the attack. Quote, under the continued leadership of the United States Attorney's Office for the District of Columbia and the FBI's Washington Field Office, the investigation and prosecution of those responsible for the attack continues to move forward at an unprecedented speed and scale. The new total, they said, reflects a 133-person increase from the department's last update 4 months ago. The number includes 418 defendants charged with assaulting, resisting, or impeding officers or employees, and 117 defendants charged with using a deadly or dangerous weapon or causing serious bodily injury to an officer. It's a big difference between what happened on January 6th, Snuggles, compared to people protesting at the BLM riots and the Palestinian protest. Big difference. I don't ever want to hear you bring it up again. All right. Approximately 935 people have been charged with entering or remaining in a restricted building, federal building, and of that total, 103 people have been charged with doing so with a dangerous or deadly weapon. The department reported that 683 people have pled guilty to charges, while 127 people have been found guilty at trials. Yeah. Good morning, Yazzie. In total, 708 federal defendants have seen their cases adjudicated and received sentences for their behavior on January 6, 2021. And that brings me a lot of joy. It brings me a lot of joy knowing that these traitors are being held accountable. Because that's what they are. Donald Trump calls them hostages. I beg to differ. That's disingenuous. That's a huge disservice to the real folks who are hostages. So, ladies and gentlemen, join me. This is a great milestone that we've reached. And we got to celebrate this in the way we normally celebrate these January 6 traitors being held accountable. First, we're going to give them a round of boos and shame. All right, and then we're going to send them off the old-fashioned way because they think they're patriots, right? So let's send them off the old-fashioned way. Get them out of here. Jail or hell for you Trump supporters. Period. Dot. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's open up these boxes and hear from those of you who are brave enough to enter the box and tell the truth. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you know the drill. Please, cut it out, Jewel. Cut it out, Jewel. I understand that it might not be for you. It's like I said, if you don't like what I do.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned,
right.
if
Now, Jewel, I love you, but you know I gotta be very firm in what I do. You can't. If you don't like what Zeus is doing, you're more than welcome to leave. But I'm just so sorry. I'm just so sorry it has to be that way. But we truly are dealing with a strong MAGA demon. All right. Now let's allow the request to come from the viewers. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I know that, Jewel. But again, we're using it in a different way. All right, and it's not meant to disrespect anybody. It's meant to send a message. All right. I've got to clear that up. So if you don't like that I do that, I get it and I can live with that. But no ill will towards those who are the real soldiers. It's part of the show. All right. So the box has now been opened, and it is now time to hear from those of you who are brave enough to get in the box and tell the truth. It's like my grandmother always says, you got to tell the truth and shame the devil. All right? No lies will be tolerated. All right? So if you are a Trump supporter, listen up. The best thing you can do is sit your special behinds down and listen to this special broadcast. All right? All right, because you don't know what you think you should know, and you're completely on the wrong side of history. All right, and to the Russian bears, there's some Russian bears in here. Listen up. I don't want to hear from you either. You could keep trying to say you're being attacked by Zeus and his friends all you want to. You could keep trying to say that, but no one believes you, okay? Because as far as we're concerned, you're nothing but fake, hypocrite Christians. You're liars, all right? And you're grifters, all right? You vote for an immoral person like Donald Trump, and then you get out here and try to tell people how they need to behave and conduct themselves. Absolutely not. All right. Yes, all right. Let's get it going, ladies and gentlemen. All right. They don't like me because I tell the truth. But guess what? I'd rather tell the truth and be realer than you than to be out here believing lies and misinformation. Oh my gosh, what's going on with what is going on with this? Hold on. We're having a bit of a technical difficulties again. I got my Jesus. All right, let's see if that works. It's not letting me click on the box for some reason. I don't know what's going on. Let's try. Well, I can do that. All right, I can do that. Okay, it's taking forever. Hold on 1 second. For some reason, it's not letting Zeus click on the box with the friends. Jesus Christ. That MAGA demon is super strong. Oh my. All right, let's see if that works. Jesus Christ. Let's see, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully I've okay, all right. Progress.
Morning, Zeus. I'm glad you got it together, my friend.
Yeah. I'm glad I did too. Yeah.
Yeah, that MAGA demon, it goes in and out of lives, and it just, it messes with people's spirits and souls.
Right.
So we have to watch out for that.
Amen. Now, how you doing, brother?
Oh man, I'm doing a little bit better. The last time we spoke, I think I told you about what was going on down here with these pew-pews. Mm-hmm. And yeah, MAGA, you love the children.
Yeah.
Help them, save them. Do something about these pew-pews and these weapons that have no reason of being on the streets.
Amen.
And Zeus, today is actually mild and great. It feels wonderful outside. I would ask everybody for your mental, get out, exercise if you can.
Amen.
Get some of this fresh air in your lungs, and look around. You're thriving under Biden.
Amen.
You're thriving under Biden. If you're able to go outside and exercise and inhale some of this air, take those deep breaths.
Right.
Smell it. Inhale it.
Victory.
You're thriving.
Mm-hmm.
You're thriving.
Yeah.
And I would just like to say also to MAGA, make attorneys get attorneys. It's
oh my God.
It's not looking good. No. He's already lost the case, and he's in there acting like a little child.
Right.
If you send your child to school, do you want them to sass the teacher? Better yet, sass the principal? No, you don't. I assume you don't.
Right.
You never know. I assume you don't. That would be the good Christian thing to do to make sure that your child is behaving and listening to adults.
Can they teach their children how to behave if they don't know how to behave, though? Seriously.
I'm on the outside looking in, and it looks very bleak. It looks very bleak. So with that being said,
no lies detected.
Grab a hold of yourself and your demeanor and your actions, and take accountability and understand that you don't want to pass that off to your child. You really don't, because it may backfire.
Right.
And I think Trump understands that, because that's why he has nothing but his team testifying against him. And I close.
Amen.
I have nothing
Thank
else
you.
to say. I close.
Well, all right. Well, listen, Stick the Ruler. I appreciate it, and I'm glad you are in good spirits, my brother. All right, and it's a pleasure to hear from you.
All right, thank you. Like I said, America, breathe it in. It feels so good. Thriving under Biden.
We're thriving under Biden, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give Stick the Ruler a round of applause. No lies.
Did you enjoy the kingdom?
All right. You as well. Have a great rest
You
of your
enjoy the
morning.
kingdom, sir.
All right. No lies detected. All right. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's move it along. Listen, I see there's some dissension in the comment section. Again, I must remind you folks, I gave you ample warning before this show got kicked off. I said, listen, I'm going to ruin your breakfast. I'm going to make you very angry and upset, because the level of truth coming out is overwhelming, MAGA. So, listen up. Listen to your leader.
If you're not happy here, then you can leave. As far as I'm concerned, if you hate our country, if you're not happy here, you can leave. If you're not happy in the U.S.,
right?
If
you're not happy, you can leave. All right. Good morning, Joey. Welcome. How are you doing?
Good morning, sir. Thank you for having me on.
All right.
So
This
I
is
just
our first
wanted
time doing business?
no, it's like our second or third time.
Oh,
You've had
okay.
me in a few lives in the past before, but I
Okay.
haven't been on in a while.
Oh, okay.
But it's good
Well,
to
you're
see
my
you
friend.
again.
You're my friend, so I'm assuming you've passed. All right. I'm
Yes.
so sorry. Okay. All right.
No,
What
no,
do you
no, you're
got?
fine.
What do you got for us, Joey?
All right, so I kind of just wanted to make a few points. I'm kind of gonna be going in circles, or not in circles. I'm kind of just be going all over the place, so just bear with me here. So the first point I wanted to make was number one, if you're not voting for Biden next year, what are you doing? It's so stupid that these people are trying to primary him, an incumbent president, in an election year. It's ridiculous. It's so stupid and out of the realm of possibilities. I don't even know why these people are trying. I understand that these people are upset with his views on Israel and you know all that stuff, but you know what? If you think it's bad now with what his views are, just think about how much worse it would be if Trump were to get into that White House again next year. All this Project 2025 talk and everything, it's just scary.
Yeah.
So if you still want your rights and if you still want freedoms, vote for Biden next year. Number two, there's elections today. People, get out and vote in your states: Virginia, Ohio, New Jersey, Kentucky, Mississippi. Hey, and we have a chance to even flip Mississippi. So you all really got to go out and vote, okay? Tate Reeves is super unpopular. He's not liked in Mississippi. He's under a big welfare scandal right now. Brandon Presley is amazing. He's a conservative Democrat. His views are, incredible. He's a well thought out, wonderful human being. So go out and vote. New Jersey, all of them. Even the Pennsylvania State Supreme Court race is important, okay? So listen up and vote, guys. And then number three, I can't speak for certain or not, but you know what? I hope Trump does find the inside of a prison cell very soon. He deserves to go to prison. He deserves to rot in prison. But all I'm going to say is next year, I predict there's going to be a blue wave like no other. I truly, truly believe there will be a blue wave like no other. I think Biden can win North Carolina, and I think with RFK Jr. being on the ballot, I think he's going to take a lot more votes away from Trump than Biden. So people, get out and vote today. It's important. So hopefully you guys listen to this. That's really all I wanted to say. I wasn't going to go into much because I don't want to start a ranting session.
No.
But,
You did it perfectly fine, because I know today is a day to be, out there voting, and as much as we do what we do, I think that message needs to get out there.
Ohio too, guys. Ohio has abortion on their ballot. They have an issue 1 and issue 2 legalizing marijuana. So make sure to go out in Ohio. Ohio for sure. Go out and vote, because Ohio and Virginia, the reason Virginia elections are so important, I'm going to leave off with this. The reason Virginia elections are so important today is because if Republicans take the Senate and the House in that state, that'll be a red trifecta, which means Glenn Youngkin can get anything passed that he wants to. And Glenn Youngkin's been talking about banning abortion ever since he got into that topic. So, yeah.
Tell them.
So,
Tell them.
anyways, I'm going to... Oh, sorry, I was just going to say I'm going to leave off with that. Thank you, Zeus, for having me on here.
You're
and thank
welcome.
you guys for supporting. So,
all right.
Stay strong.
You
thank
too.
You.
All right. And thank you for getting the word out and keep spreading it, my good friend. All right.
Yep. Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give Joey a round of applause. No lies detected. I didn't hear not one lie in all of what was said. So this is what this show is about. All right. We want to get that truth out there. And we want to make sure you are all as informed as you can be. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's bring up our next panelist. All right, our good friend, Brother Attacking. Good morning, Attacking. How are you?
Good morning. Hey, was Trump president in 2021?
No, he was not.
So then why did he say that when asked a question about paperwork and his business, he said, no, I'm too busy in 2021. He goes, no, I'm too busy taking care of Russia and China.
Oh, he sounds like he's confessing to more crimes, right?
Well, that's just it. I mean, in 2021, he wasn't president. So where's his cognitive thinking? You know, he can remember 5 names, woman TV, blah, 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 right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe, didn't he run against Obama at one point?
Yeah, and World War II again. And the thing is this. If Donald Trump is trying to get the cost, see, he already lost the case. This is just to assess the value or the money that he has to pay back.
Correct.
He's going to be charged. So instead of acting like a normal human being who's trying to make sure that he doesn't have to pay too much of fines out of his pocket, he acts like the a-hole that he is. And doesn't bring any facts or documentation to help, say, hey, no, this is what the values are. But then again, if he brought additional books, that means he would have 2 sets of books. That she has 1 set, he has another. So that's another thing. Why would you have 2 sets of books?
Good question.
Also,
tell him, Attacking.
Also, you made a comment about Snuggy Poo, toilet paper man, using a video with the 2 sides, from Palestine.
Yes.
Palestine. Well, I made the video and showed he was trying to associate that with the border. Well, I found the news clip for Chicago, and it was just the 2 sides in Chicago that side with Israel, one side with Palestine, and they were doing a normal protest, and then they collided with each other, and that's when they started a fight. So Snuggles tried to use that without saying what it was.
Wow.
To associate that with the border.
Wow.
I mean, what a disgusting human being he is. That's my opinion, and I think he's a troll. But the thing is this.
Well, those are very strong words, Attacking.
I'm a very strong man. And the thing is this. With Donald Trump, why did his lawyers not cross-examine him? Why did they not do that?
Oh, I think the writing is on the wall, right?
Why? I mean, and plus the thing is, he is also on their witness list when the prosecution side rests and it's their turn. He's on their list to come back to the stand to be questioned.
Right, that's how it works.
So if they bring him again, he's going to be questioned again by the prosecutor.
Right.
So,
but what's going to happen if Trump gets up there? It's going to be more of what we've been seeing him do, right?
Right, exactly.
Which is he's not going to tell the truth.
Child, and that's why he wears adult diapers.
Oh my God!
All right, buddy, I better drop.
Everybody
be good.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to Brother Attacking. No lies detected. No lies detected. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you, I have some bad news for you, Trump supporters. Donald Trump is going to prison. All right, he's going broke. You can't send them any money. There's nothing you can do to stop this, unfortunately and fortunately. All right, and it really is for the best interest of the American people, if you ask me. It really is. All right. Good morning, Nutty Professor. How are you doing?
Doing great, doing great. Just want to reiterate what the host before attacking said about getting out to vote, especially in Virginia. Virginia is very important to this election. If
Right.
you're in the 71st district of Virginia, please vote for Jessica Anderson. She's one of our mutuals.
Mm.
She's running for the House of Delegates.
Okay.
Earlier in the summer, I was out knocking doors for her in the 71st district.
Right.
So that's very, very important. Um, Presley over in Mississippi, he is
Mm.
the second cousin of Elvis.
Oh,
So,
I did hear about
so
that. Good morning, Dallas.
put on your blue suede shoes and go to the polls and make it a
Mm.
blue wave in
Amen.
Mississippi.
Amen.
So, hey, Zeus, good to
Yes.
see you today, my
Good to
brother.
see you.
So, it was very interesting because RV, when we were in the alive with RV and
Mm.
BP, that's resident victim
Oh, okay. I said, wait a minute. Okay, okay.
and Black Tank.
Oh my God.
So when we were in the live with them, didn't resident victim say that she would never talk to me again?
Yes,
So yesterday when we were in Rooster's live together,
we were.
why did she get in the box to address me?
I cannot. Oh, KGB. I remember. She's a Russian operative, and you got to watch out. They're using all of these tactics, Nutty, to try to
Well,
get you and throw you off your game. These are KGB tactics.
well, it's just funny because she wants to get in your live and she wants to cry. How
Mm.
about someone's giving her a death unalivement threat?
Yeah.
And she says that she's never going to talk to me again and don't talk to her, talk to her husband that
Oh.
don't exist. She
Oh.
said all of those things, but yet she going to get into somebody else's life to address me. Hey, rowdy gentlemen, that's exactly the point. I thought she blocked every one of us. so,
Well,
so,
you've poked the bear.
well, if you poke the bear, you're going to get the bear. Isn't that what they said? So
That's
I
what
just
they
find it I
said.
just find it interesting. And to your good buddy HVAC.
Mm.
HVAC, I still want an answer to my question. And this
Mm.
is for any of you MAGA or Trump supporters if you don't call yourself MAGA.
Mm.
How can you support Donald Trump if you believe in the Constitution? And what will it take for you to stop supporting the man and start supporting the country that you say that you love? That's a simple question. That's not a
Right.
trick question. That is a question that I genuinely want to know. Because if you stand for the Constitution, like you say you do, and you want to
So,
call yourself a patriot is not somebody who simps for a man.
mm. Tell him that he's
And
now listen. There's someone in the comments. His name is Marcus, and he wrote a comment, Nutty, and I think we should answer it.
sure.
He says, tell me what he did unconstitutional.
Oh, so we can start with the emoluments clause.
Mm.
We can start with that. He was supposed to divest himself from all of his businesses while he was in the presidency. He did not do that. He is not supposed to enrich himself while he's sitting in the office. But yet, records show that he made over $300 million while he was the president of the United States. But yet, y'all want to say, "Oh, he donated his $400,000 salary and he didn't take a salary." Well, you know what? I will give up $400,000 too if I can make 300 million.
No lies detected.
I
So
mean,
Marcus, did you get that, Marcus?
that's just number one.
Yeah.
But but there's plenty. I
Mm.
assure you, there's
Mm.
plenty.
Yeah.
There's plenty. But I heard my bell,
All
and I
right.
don't want to be accused of being a Kirby. So
Okay. Okay.
have
Okay.
a wonderful day, my friend.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to our good friend, Nutty Professor. No lies detected. So I take it Marcus got his answer because I don't see any more questions. Yeah, Marcus, it's very important that you understand Donald Trump does not respect the Constitution And if you listen to what Mike Pence, at one point, he actually asked Mike Pence to put him above the Constitution. And earlier, he didn't donate his salary. The IRS records show he never donated it anywhere. Well, thank you, Yaz. I think he donated a portion, but yes, that was one of the biggest lies. Nor did he ever divest himself from his businesses. All right, it was all a charade. All right, good morning, the beautiful Takesha. How are you doing this morning?
Good morning, Zeus.
Hey.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Listen, I wasn't on yesterday because I went to my grandbaby's school to have harvest lunch with her.
Okay, that's good.
Zeus, that chicken was tougher than an arithmetic test. I said, who in the... If I had kept chewing it, I would have had an automatic root canal.
Oh, my
It was so tough. I said that's why my baby be so hungry when she come home. Because she not used to that type of food.
No.
She used to good food.
Yeah.
And they just need to replace every cook in there, baby. It was ridiculous, Zeus. I said to myself, let me go and buy me something to eat when I leave this school. I wanted to sneak my baby some food back up there because I knew. Bless the Lord. That wasn't it right there. I told her teacher, just give her a PB&J till her grandma get back.
What?
That's the worst food I had. Listen, if you gave it to the homeless, they would have said no thank you. But listen.
Woo, how you mess up on chicken? That's a crime, right? You messing up on some chicken. I mean, goodness gracious. Was it chicken with the bone or was it chicken nuggets?
I couldn't put it apart with a pair of vice grips.
Oh,
it was supposed to be baked. Listen.
That mean it had the bone on it?
Yes.
Oh, Lord.
Zeus, I could have threw it in the Nile River and it would have been dry.
Oh,
the Nile River would have been soaked up. It just would have been some cement. But
Jesus Christ.
Check this out.
That's a sin of all sins. You're messing up some good chicken, some good yard bird.
Let me tell you something. Them chickens they cooked, Lord, they was on their last leg and their first foot. But listen.
Wow.
So listen, Zeus.
Talk to me.
I want to talk about two things. First, I want to talk about the guest before attacking. When he said, basically, y'all need to quit playing.
Yeah.
Y'all say y'all not going to vote for Biden because of his stance on Israel.
Okay, get him. Go ahead.
And I made a video about this.
Okay.
I've never seen so many people so pro-Palestine right now.
Right.
Zeus, Palestine has been going through inhumane situations for years. I've never heard them talk about it.
Nope.
I haven't seen anybody say, let's send aid to Palestine, or let's do this for Palestine, or let's do that. But you're sitting in front of the TV when the little African children come on with Feed the Children, and you ain't sent 50 cents.
No lies detected.
But now you this great humanitarian who is against Biden for what he standing on. That man got to do what he got to do as president. Just like you out here being fake in the streets, he might got to say that stuff, but you don't know how that man praying when he by himself. You don't know how he feel off the camera, but he is the president, and he got to do what the president is supposed to do. You at work faking like you want to be there, but when you get home, you complaining about your job.
Oh, that's a low blow. That's a low blow.
I'm saying that man is human just like we are. But you pass by the homeless, you don't give them a sandwich. While you're eating your McDonald's, you're passing by the folks and they hungry. You ain't took your family and gathered them together and say, hey, let's go out on the street and feed the home. But you are a great humanitarian now.
Right.
You just love to be a humanitarian. And if they ask y'all to get on a bus and go to Palestine to pass out water, you'll swear you got something else to do. Stop the fake outrage about the situation. Just cut it out. Enough is enough. You know, the fakeness is really beginning to wear on me.
It is.
Let it go. Now.
Let it go. No
Trump
lies.
told so many lies. in that courtroom yesterday that his nose probably was down the street when he got through.
Oh my God! You know, they way all the way out
I'ma
down there.
call him Petronchio. Pinocchio's brother.
Oh my!
Petronchio. I'm sick of Petronchio. You're throwing your
Woo!
children under the bus and they can't even stand the exhaust from the fumes. They
Amen.
just is I hope Ivanka get on the stand and tell it all. Because that woman got to raise her children. She ain't got time to be saving her daddy.
Petronchio. Wow.
But this is the last thing I'm going to say.
Go
You
ahead
know,
and get 'em.
I just figured this out.
Mm.
Snuggles supports Biden.
He does?
And I'm going to tell you why. We Democrats changed our name to Dark, whatever our name is, because we represent Dark Brandon.
Correct.
Snuggles is Dark Snuggles. That means he is supporting Dark Brandon.
Amen.
And we
Facts.
have never figured it out. Snuggles, thank you for being a Biden supporter and your name to Dark Snuggles like we did because of Dark Brandon. We want to thank you, Snugs. Let's give Snuggles a hand for coming on over to the good side.
No lies detected. He's a Democrat, right?
He's a Democrat. Thank you,
Wow.
Snugs.
Thank you, Snugs.
All right, I'm going to go and you tell Attacker. I started that, hey, boo-boo. And don't try to take my stuff from me. I heard him yesterday.
Copyright
I
infringement.
heard him yesterday.
Yeah.
Trying to be a clone of Kiki. But let it go. Let it go
now. Tell him, Takesha.
I had to let him know, Zeus. Enough is enough.
All right. Well, listen. It is a pleasure to have you on the show once again, and thank you for checking in with us. All right.
Thank you so much. All y'all have a good day.
All right, you stay safe out there, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give it up to Sister Takesha. No lies detected. Listen, that goes out to all of you bears. All right, no lies detected. Listen. A lot of you folks don't understand. This is free game that y'all are getting, and it really is because of the great work that is being done by all of these wonderful panelists who have the courage to get in the box and tell the truth. Good morning, Poetivity. How are you?
Good morning. I want to say thanks to Takesha for the laugh she gives me every single time I hear her.
Right.
She is so funny. So you guys, when she's up here, I expect her to make like $1,000 or 1,000 points every time.
Right. She really is lovely.
Yeah, we need to pay for that humor. We really do. So I have a question, Zeus, that really has me puzzled. Like,
okay.
I hear on the internet, like I hear a lot of the Trumpies are saying, we need a strong leader, we need a wartime leader. And they're thinking that their side is the side to vote for when they're trying to vote for a strong leader.
Right.
But all of the Republicans that are running right now, like most of them are signed up with the Project 2025 thing.
Oh,
which is the Heritage Foundation, which is a super PAC. I want a man or a woman, I want somebody to represent me who doesn't kowtow to super PACs and money. Like, that doesn't seem like a strong man. So how are they defining a strong leader? Like, that's not a leader, that's a follower.
I think their definition of a strong leader is someone who bullies, who uses their megaphone to levy threats and allegations at innocent people. That's what their definition of strength is.
But he's not leading; he's following Project 2025's plan. When 65, 60% or more of the American public is against that stuff.
Yeah.
So anybody who signs up and says, I'm going to do this plan is not a leader. They're a follower. They're weak.
Right. No lies detected. You're telling the truth. Donald Trump is a very weak person, despite what his supporters believe.
Yeah.
He's very, very weak. When you lose in a sport, right, you're usually supposed to lose and then shake your opponent's hand and then, go back and practice and learn how to become better at what it is you're competing. He doesn't do that. He sits at home and he cries. He'll cry himself to sleep. That's weak.
Yeah, I did gymnastics and soccer when I was a kid, and the main thing that my parents emphasized was, yeah, it's really great to win, and you want to give it your best, and you want to try to win. But if you lose, you don't want to be a sore loser. You want to go shake their hand. You want to compliment them on their talent that they showed on the field against you.
Amen.
And you want to, you want to be the bigger person that way, even though it hurts a little bit to lose.
Right.
And a so-called leader who can't even handle losing and falls apart at the seams and ends up spreading lies and getting all angry. Oops. And then he's like vowing to take revenge on all of us who voted against him, if he gets back into office. It's like, that's not okay.
No.
That's not a good leader.
Tell him. It's not.
Yeah.
He's a terrible leader, and they know it, to be quite honest.
He is a weak child. That's what he is.
Oh my God, I completely agree, and they know it as well. Well, listen up, Poetivity. I appreciate you, all right? Uh-oh.
Well, thanks for having me up.
All right. And you have a wonderful, safe day, and keep spreading that message out here, all right? We need it.
Yep.
All right?
Let's go for strong leaders who don't take all of their instructions from super PACs. So.
Fair enough. I agree.
Yeah.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give Poetivity a round of applause. No lies detected. It's like my grandmother always says, tell the truth and shame the devil. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Now, let's see. Our friend Bushmaster, listen, he's been in my queue for a few days. I want to know what brings him to the kingdom this lovely Tuesday morning. Bushmaster, I know where you stand on a lot of issues. But yet you still.
You think you know, but that's cool.
Okay, well, I know you denied that Biden. Do you think Biden stole the 2020 election? Let's just start there.
Well, that's subjective.
Okay, so that's what I mean when I say I know what you said. I mean, you just struggle with telling the truth. Have you been this way all your life, Bushmaster? I'm asking.
Struggle with telling the truth.
Yeah, because ever since I've known you at least over a year. You have
what is truth?
This is God. Here we go again. The truth is.
You can't answer a simple question, bro.
Well, because you and I both. Let me ask you this: is the truth that 1 + 1 = 2? Is that true? Where did he go? Jesus Christ, Bushmaster. Where did he go? They don't last long in the kingdom. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Snuggles. Maybe you'll last longer. I don't know. I don't know what happened to Bushmaster.
All right. Yeah, we'll see you anytime, okay? I'll be here till 5 today, Monday through Thursday, and then 10 to 3 on Friday and Saturdays. But I do revise my machines because I got some cancer stuff I'm going through. So I don't know. Sometimes I have to go into an afternoon appointment. Sometimes, so
Snuggles.
just follow my machine weekly. Yeah. All right. All right. We'll see you. Okay. Thanks. Bye bye.
Yeah. Oh, okay. You're done. You're done, Snuggles. You're done. So you're Snuggles. Can you hear us, Snuggles?
Oh yes, I'm here. I'm here. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Sounds
I was on the phone.
No, stop. I heard everything.
Okay,
no need to explain that you're thriving under Biden. I got
Yes, yeah.
So what's your grievance this morning?
Oh, I am Dark Snuggles. Of course, that account is suspended because I went into a Trump room and they got rid of me because I love Biden. Right.
Oh, so the Trumpers got rid of their own.
Right.
I am surprised.
I am a Democrat. I am. Are you going to give me an applause for that?
No.
Being a Democrat? What are you talking about?
I didn't do that. That's the crowd.
Oh, well, Takesha was happy that I'm a Democrat now.
So listen, I got some more questions to ask you.
I am a concerned Democrat, though. I got a lot of concerns about the Biden.
Are you going to be voting blue today?
I'm a concerned Democrat because what's going on with the Biden administration.
Tell me about it. What's going on with the Biden administration?
I know your finger's on that button right now, but I got to tell you.
I'm getting you nice and queued up. So what's going
Yeah,
on
you're
with?
getting me cued.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's
What?
what's going on. You want to know really quick?
Mhm.
Democrats, get those knee pads ready!
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
You know, that MAGA demon. It's easy. It's easy to drop Snuggles. It's easy for a MAGA demon to just end up being dropped. I don't do it. The TikTok gods are doing it. I don't know how it happens, to be quite honest. But if you get in my live and you start to spread lies, the kingdom doesn't take too well to that. Now, Bushmaster, I want to get back to you. The truth is whatever is factually accurate, right? And so, along those lines, what's factually accurate is President Biden is the president of the United States. What's factually accurate is Donald Trump incited a riot of January 6th. What's factually accurate is there's no indictments of President Biden or Hillary Clinton for any kind of crimes. So, when I ask you, Bushmaster, simple questions, it's not the time for you to use your brain power to access your mental hard drive and begin to, buffer. This is what they do, the Trumps, where they start to buffer. What is the answer to this question? And then they go, but I'm not going to tell that answer. I got to think of something more clever than that answer because I'm more clever than Zeus, right? Thank you, Miss Libra, right? So listen up, Bushmaster. That's what the truth is, all right? Let me get to my next panelist. Oh my God. Listen, we got April. April, good morning. How are you doing? Thank you, Miss Libra.
Good morning. So do we need the truth level to come up a little bit?
Oh, for
Since
sure.
after those last two you brought up.
Yes, tell them. Yeah, it dipped a little bit, but they got up out of here. Bring it, please.
Okay,
Yes, don't block them now. Don't block them. Keep going.
Let's do some stats on everybody. And let's
Okay.
talk about how well Biden is doing, which people forget. So right now, unemployment's 4%. That's a 21-month high. 50 years.
Wow.
50-year record.
Wow.
A 50-year record there. And that means, MAGA, that was during Trump's presidency. So he's broke all his records. Okay, let's talk about inflation.
Oh.
Inflation is 3.7. Let's talk about that. We were quicker to bring our inflation down than anyone else in the world.
Wow.
Let's talk about the stock market because MAGA, it's all about the money. It's all about the money.
They love
so
to
it's
say
the highest it's been in 60 years. So the NASDAQ is 1.01% higher than it was during Trump's presidency. The Dow is at 22% higher, and the SPX 500 is at 0.36% higher. I think everybody's thriving under Biden. It's these damn corporations with their greed that's causing us harm, people.
Thank you.
Everything else is doing good. It's these crooked criminal. Okay.
Yeah, tell him, April. And you heard Snuggles making a business call while we were talking, right? So he's thriving under Biden. He's a Democrat.
He don't want to admit it.
Yeah.
I don't remember him. You remember it wasn't too long ago, during the inflation, he was crying and whining. Now his phones don't stop, do they?
It doesn't. The trap is booming. He's booming. I've never seen Snuggles making so much money and I've known him for a long time. Phone's ringing off the hook.
That's it.
He's even saving money living with his grandma. I tell you, this guy got a lot of money thanks to President Biden.
And I wanted to tell about Biden just gave the Northeast Corridor $16 billion for Amtrak. That's after nothing's been done for 50 years. 800,000 people a day ride Amtrak.
Wow.
And it's
Wow.
not had to upgrade anything for 50 years.
Wow.
So,
Thank
yeah,
you,
that's
April.
the largest investment ever Amtrak's ever had. So, one more thing.
Go
I
ahead.
don't want people to feel, how Trump's trying people, what is it, Colorado, Michigan, Arizona, that's keeping Trump off the ballot.
Yeah, keeping him off the ballot, right?
So we've
Because
got to remember this next election that people in Georgia
Duh.
keep MTG off the ballot.
Oh.
She absolutely was part of the insurrection. She told the people to go in the house.
Ooh.
And then also for Jordan, Ohio, keep him off the ballot. Come on, Ohio.
Amen.
All these people. So,
Tell
yeah,
them, April.
I wanted to give some good stuff.
That's great news.
You hear all this? Everything's looking good. I know people struggling now, but it's corporate greed that's doing it to you.
Thank you.
It's not the government. Everything, the stock market, everything else is running like it should. If we can kick the corporate greed in the butt, then we'd be doing okay.
You hear that? You hear that? And you're spot on, April. Thank you so much.
And I want everybody to pay attention to the oral arguments today at the Supreme Court because it's a Second Amendment thing about people with restraining orders. So,
okay. Yeah.
that's a big deal going on today.
All right.
Okay. Everybody have a great day.
All right, you too, ladies and gentlemen. Let's give it up to the beautiful April. No lies detected. See, what we do this show for in the morning is because we want the truth to get out there. All right? And we got to keep it at 110%. So when you get these characters like Snuggles and Bushmaster, I want to hear from them. I really do. And I try to give them the benefit of the doubt. But they can't get in the box and tell the truth to save their life. They couldn't tell the truth if their lives depended on it. And that's because they're possessed by this MAGA demon. It's a strong demonic force. Their friends are in here, Cindy and Doozy and the Russian bears, that's Janae and Stacy. They're all in this nasty little conspiracy out there, and they are, I don't know if they met somewhere and they came up with a charter, but in the charter it says you are not allowed to tell the truth on TikTok. And so this is the issue. But we're going to continue to bring this heavy hammer of truth down, and we're going to destroy their little corrupt, evil charter that they got amongst themselves. Yeah. The red wave that they thought was going to come last time and that they think is going to come this time, we're going to make sure that when it's all said and done, that they're going to be in prison like Donald Trump with a diaper on. Yeah, I can see them all wearing diapers, possibly Huggies. All right, because that's where babies like them belong. That's where they belong. They're a bunch of crybabies, a bunch of losers. They don't know how. They just don't know how to win. They don't know how to win. That's what it is, right? Yeah. You should listen. After this live, right? I'm pretty sure Snuggles, with whichever he has, he has 30 different accounts. So I know he's working with Janae on the Russian stuff. He's going to hold the live, and then all of his minions are going to go in there, and they're going to go in there, and they're going to go, look at us. We're the smart ones. We're winning. And it's the most funniest show on TikTok. It's the funniest thing I've ever seen. And they really go in there, and they call themselves tackling the tough issues, right? And you know what they focus on? How to help Donald Trump get reelected. What a waste of time. They can't even raise money in that live. They don't raise money in that live. They just sit there and they cry about how bad President Biden is beating them. You can't make this stuff up, folks. All right. Good morning, Dark CC. We meet again, my good friend.
Good morning, my handsome, humble, and honest friend.
Yeah. Yes. Tell them, Heaven. Yes. Good morning, beautiful CC.
And you know what I love about you?
What's that?
Other than your honesty and all the other stuff that goes along with you. I like your Fu Manchu.
What?
You don't know what that is?
What is that?
It's growing on your face.
Oh.
That is
Oh.
a Fu Manchu.
Oh my God.
I
Oh
I
my
love a
God,
Fu. I
Cece.
love a Fu Manchu.
Oh my
I
God. Where
truly
you get
do.
that? Where you get that from, Cece?
That's an old word. Look it up. Look
Okay.
up Fu Manchu mustaches.
Okay, I'll look it up, Cece.
Okay.
That's what
Okay.
you got. That's what made your morning today, huh?
You make my mornings every
Oh.
morning, honey. I would like to know. I would like to know why the conservative. I think the conservative Democrat up here.
Oh yeah.
I think he has jungle fever as well, Zeus. Yes, I can't get rid of him. I'll mute him for a
Oh.
minute, and he's right back. And he's
Ah.
in there just
Who's he
raising.
got? Who does he got jungle fever?
He's got
For
jungle fever,
for Takesha?
huh?
He got it for Takesha?
No, it's for you. He has jungle fever up here. He has jungle fever up here in this live, man. I can't get rid of him. I threaten him and everything.
Well, conservative Democrat, hold on. I got to address this. I got to tell you like I tell Janae and Stacy. It's okay to lust, okay? But you're going to have to lay there and burn just like they will. With that itching and burning feeling that strong adoration you have for Zeus because I'm out here looking real structured. All right? And I get it. I bring a lot. I'm an overwhelming presence on this app, right? But conservative, listen up. If that's what's going on in your heart, keep it to yourself. All right?
Yes.
Because ain't nothing going on other than what I'm doing on this app. And you can listen.
It ain't happening, is
Tell
it?
them. Tell them. Listen,
happening.
a lot of folks got jungle fever. All right, but they got to keep it to themselves. All right, and there ain't a booster you can get. I get it. There's no vaccine available. There's none. But you gonna have to lay there and burn, champ. All right.
And guess what? Guess what the orange baboon is not going to do?
What's that?
He's not going to be in the third debate.
Oh, why?
Yeah.
Why?
I wonder why. We know why.
I'm assuming because he's going to be preoccupied
He's
with other matters.
No, because he's going to be. They will embarrass him. They will embarrass him to no end.
Right.
You know?
Well,
and he's going to have to tell the truth up there. You know, if they ask him questions, and he can't do it. There is no truth.
Exactly.
There is no
and how can he defend his record? Seriously, his record of failure.
I don't think he can. He's a lost cause.
Yeah.
And Ohio today is having they're voting on the abortion rights. So
right, I heard.
Yeah, let's hope that goes through.
Right.
And yeah, there was something else, but I can't remember. I thought there was something else I wanted to mention to you. But sometimes you distract me. So
I know. My presence and my handsomeness, it has the ability to do that, Cece. But I get it, all right.
You know how much I love you, right?
I do.
You.
I know. All right.
And listen. I
Listen.
don't have jungle fever.
Okay, I didn't say you did.
Okay.
The ones that got it, you can tell they got it because they're in here and they're begging Zeus. They're begging me. They ask me for my attention every live. Zeus, just if there's anything you can do, please take me out on a date. This is what one of those bears is trying to get me to do. You heard her. She said, Zeus, we can't talk online. All you gotta do is just give me a call.
Oh.
Literally
giving me. Did she give you the phone number? Oh.
My name is Zeus. Don't they call me Zeus? They call me Zeus for a reason. Now the question is, am I going to, reach out and, make a call? Absolutely not.
Well,
because
please,
I can't do it because I'm one of these folks that I actually gotta feel it in order to actually be in it like that. And I'm just not feeling it. There's a lot of work that person that they need to do on themselves, right?
You're right, yes. It serves no purpose.
Nope.
there's nothing. You've said it all. You've said
Yeah.
it all. What more is there to say to her?
Right.
You
Nothing
know?
other than she needs to lay there and burn. All
Well,
right.
if you ever decide to do that, I hope you share.
Oh, I
You know?
will. I will. I will. But until then, we're going to just keep it the way it is. All conversations with Zeus must happen on this app out in public. All right.
That's exactly right.
Exactly. Well,
Well,
listen,
it's
Dark
so good
CC.
talking to you
All right.
today, my
All right.
dear friend. And I hope to see you in the evening time.
I know. I know. Well, listen. I know. I take the evenings off because I'm just I'm watching the way things are shifting out here in the world, and seeing how folks are responding. But when I need to, I'll pop up and address these MAGA
Yeah,
demons.
well, you work hard, like I said. You do a lot of research. You're a hardworking host, and we appreciate you and everything that you bring to the table. And nobody can dispute that. No snuggles. No Democrat, whatever his name, attack, whatever that Democrat thing is down in the comments.
Democrat conservative, yeah.
Yeah.
All
Him
right.
and HVAC. Even though HVAC and I can have conversation, but you
All
the
right.
man.
They're telling me, CC, that it's time for us to wrap it up. So,
Okay.
all right, I'm gonna have to
Bye,
move it
buddy.
along. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give Dark CC a round of applause. No lies, no lies detected. Conservative Democrat, please get it right. All right, we're gonna get it right. All right, wow, we got a whole box full of folks up in here. Oh my gosh. This is very wild. Oh my god. Well, we got to talk to our good friend Yazzie Jazzy. Oh. Oh,
Hello! I'm just
hey.
parked.
Hey. Oh, okay.
There's traffic.
Okay.
There's a whole bunch of traffic over here. They
Well,
got
you don't want to get in trouble,
construction.
Yazzie. You don't want to get in trouble. Okay.
Oh, if you're parked, you can't be on live if you're parked.
Yeah, well, it looks like they might get you for that. You want to drop it, come back up. I don't want you to lose this account. Now.
Oh, okay. I'll just turn off my screen.
All right. Let's see if that might do it. Now there's an echo.
Oh.
Okay, yeah.
Oh,
There's
it's
an
probably
echo.
because you're on my
There's an
Bluetooth.
echo.
Here, let me
Oh.
take you off my Bluetooth
Oh.
in my car. Hold on.
Okay. All right. Keep it clean over there now, Yazzie. Let's get it straight over there.
Oh, well, I just wanted to say how handsome you look with that goatee. You're looking so fine, Triple H.
Oh, God.
So handsome.
Okay.
So honest today. You're throwing that honesty is 100% today.
Thank
and
you.
just so humble. I mean, I feel so blessed to be part of this kingdom.
Mm.
But yeah, I just want to, it's just kind of what, like Takesha said, it's, no one's heard about Palestine. I just wanted to say, if you watch my transplant video, my surgeon is actually Israeli and Jewish, and my anesthesiologist is actually Palestinian and Arab. And so they're great friends. They do lots of things together. But, we had talked about Palestine a long time ago, and I think I even shared when I was a calculus tutor at the university. I asked Saudi and Kuwaiti men about, hey, how about Palestine? And they're like, oh, they're just poor tokens. That's what's so sad.
Really?
Is that their own Middle East people. I mean, how come I haven't heard Saudi Arabia or Kuwait or any other country say, hey, except for, of course, the close neighbors. I mean, come on, people. What's happening to the Palestinians is a genocide. Okay, it is war crimes. I've known about it for a really long time when I started tutoring Arab people. Salam alaikum, alaikum salam. I remember they'd say Anta Habiba Helwa. They would always tell me how beautiful I'm like, and they're like, "Do you want to be a second wife?" I'm like, "No."
Oh,
No second wife. And then they're like, "Your dad lets you be a tutor for men in calculus," and I'm like, "Well, of course my father's gonna let me be whatever I need to be because I'm his daughter." And he I mean, it was very interesting. They have a whole different culture. I mean, they were very respectful, very super kind to me, lavished lots of gifts on me. But I'm like, I don't need gifts. I have a lot myself. But it's so sad is that no one really cares about the innocent civilians. We're not talking about Hamas. We're not talking about the Israeli government because there's also Jewish innocent Palestinians. There's all kinds of groups there that are innocent people, and they're being just genocide, demolished.
it's just unfortunate. But I just wanted to say I'm so happy to join your live today. I didn't think I'd be able to get on, and I was able to get a good signal. So I was like, yay! It's the small
Tell
thing.
him.
But
Well, I appreciate you, Yazzie. All right, and
I
you keep
heard
up.
Biden's gonna maybe do some infrastructure out here, and I might get better internet. Maybe. I
Oh,
understand. I understand. If not, my closest big city, I think, is at 8,000 people. So I mean, there's not a lot of whole people out here. There's more cattle than people.
well,
But in the end, hey, and our commodities market is high. I mean, everything's up.
sounds
It's
like
all,
Biden's winning, doing a
yes,
great
and then
job.
in other communities like in Iowa and other things that were more demolished by Trump when he did that whole trade fiasco with China and everything, those
Right.
people did lose a lot. 26% of small farmers in those areas lost their shorts. They did. They lost everything. And I have also bought out people because they could not but afford their farm anymore.
Right.
And it's just reality. I've bought
Wow.
up some land too.
Wow.
So it's just unfortunate. But I just
Wow.
want to tell you, we're thriving with Biden. We
Thank
are
you.
100%.
No lies
So
detected.
don't tell me you're not going to vote Democrat or blue because you don't agree with this war, the genocide, and this has been happening a long time to Palestinian people. It's just getting worse now. So stop it. Stop your rhetoric, people. You need to do your research and vote blue for
Tell him.
everybody's rights.
Tell him,
All
Yazzie.
Okay, thank you. Love you, Zusi.
All right,
Zusi,
love you as
don't you?
well.
Don't I get so jealous sometimes, but I just know you're the king of all of us. So we just have to. You're just the best. So
Thank you.
handsome.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Well, listen,
Take care,
Dr.
guys.
Yazzie.
Love you guys all. Take
All right,
care.
we love you too. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for the beautiful Yazzie. No lies detected. All right, listen, ladies and gentlemen, we are rounding the corner. Oh my gosh, listen. We've reached oh, wait a second. I got to talk to our good friend Shay before we wrap up this show. Shay, welcome. Good morning.
Good.
How are you?
Good morning, everyone. Hey, Zusi, what's up?
Oh, another day in the kingdom tending to the affairs as usual. How about you?
I'm doing good. Just getting ready to go to work.
Okay.
So I would love to encourage all my Democrats. I mean, I doubt that Republicans or MAGA would listen to him because there's something about them being so butthurt that we had him as president for 8 years. But Barack Obama, as y'all know, runs a leadership organization in Chicago. His presidential library is not necessarily about him. It is a youth academy for leadership.
Right.
And it's at the University of Chicago. So that's how he's spending his time as the next president. It's growing up our future leaders, which I think is fantastic. Unlike the other one that's running around since he's been out of office and what the calamity he's causing. So what I want you to do, if you could listen to Barack Obama's speech, he talks about the issue between Israel and Palestine, which he was heavily involved in trying to get the two-state solution going, right?
Right.
So, and what he says in summary is basically what I've been saying. I mean, most people that have understood the issue between them for the last 75 years, this is not new. And so I concur with Takesha and April and what Yazzie just said. Guys, you have had no idea what's going on. Then all of a sudden you see this very horrific, devastation going on in the Gaza Strip. And you're just outraged without understanding the specifics. And yes, it's not right. And all of us will say it's not right. And the sad thing with the Palestinians is that the Hamas organization is not even there. The people that lead Hamas are billionaires and they live in like Qatar and different places like that. They don't even live there. And so they're raking in all the money. Meanwhile, they're driving the Palestinians to their end. And I find it very, very sad. It's so wrong on both sides, but there's just so much that you need to learn about it and listen to what's going on. And yes, I would love to see Biden at least, come out and publicly condemn Netanyahu and basically say, listen, if you don't stop what you're doing, we're going to have to back off on giving you some money. I would love for him to take that position. But
Right.
one of the things y'all are going to have to understand is we are always going to be an ally with Israel no matter who the president is. So if you literally vote third party, Trump and all that because your butt is hurt right now, like you're just so up in your feels,
Right.
and you've got to stop, because no matter who is president of the United States, we're always going to be allies with Israel. There's a reason for that. They give us a lot of intel in that area. They are Mossad and a lot of that. They help us get a lot of the terrorist groups, a lot of the terrorist leaders. They were important in getting al-Baghdadi, Laden. Y'all need to understand it's a strategic ally in that area. We will always be an ally with Israel. So you waste your vote and bring in Trump, you're going to really be upset about that, because that's going to affect your actual life.
Exactly.
So please be smart. And I do encourage all of you to listen to what Barack Obama says. It's, as usual, an eloquent speech to try to help you understand that. He doesn't take a side. None of us are taking sides. Both sides have been wrong back and forth for 75 years. And it's just come down to a tragedy that I hope will solve out at some point soon. So
exactly.
Just wanted to leave you guys a little bit of that nugget. And yes, we are winning. And get out and vote. If you've got elections today, please take a friend, do a carpool, do something. We got to show up and show out, people.
Amen. Well, listen, Shay. It is a pleasure to have you once again.
It's always a pleasure to have you.
And
By the
thank
way,
you. Yes.
Fu Manchu, that's that little soul patch underneath the bottom lip. That's what a Fu Manchu is.
Oh, okay.
What he's wearing is a goatee, sweet girl.
Okay. Tell us, Shay. I know what. Listen, what do you CC on right now? CC, cut it out.
That's so cute. All right, guys. Love y'all. All right, everybody. Have a wonderful day.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up to the beautiful Shay. All right, we've reached that point in the show, ladies and gentlemen, where Zeus does have to get up out of here. All right. I do apologize. I do see who was in the queue. Tomorrow, please come and we can talk. Same Zeus time, same Zeus channel. I'm way past my time slot, all right? And I'm now going to allow you all to be released to go out on TikTok and spread this wonderful truth that we've all shared together, all right? I really do mean it. Yes, please get out and vote, all right? And vote blue if you want to save this country, all right? And I do mean that. And I want to end by making sure I reinforce what I started off saying earlier in this live. Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans, they do not respect the Constitution. They have tried to suspend it on many occasions, especially on January 6th, right? When they attacked our country. They attacked our country. They tried to overthrow the government and reinstall Donald Trump, who lost the election to President Biden. So if you go out and vote today, I want you to keep that in mind. Do you want to vote for someone that's actually trying to save this country, or someone that's trying to destroy it? Someone like Donald Trump, who we all know is currently being indicted on 4 different fronts, currently losing his you-know-what in a civil trial in New York, all right, and is facing 91 felony charges for crimes that he committed. All right? Everything. You know what he's done? The election subversion case, the RICO case. Jesus Christ. In Manhattan, he's been the Stormy Daniels case. And last but not least, how could we forget those classified documents? He stole America's secrets, and he cannot be trusted with them. So the choice is crystal clear, ladies and gentlemen. Do you want a criminal in the White House, or do you want someone that truly cares about this country? The choice is yours. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, I am out of here. Take care and stay safe.
Truth always. Los heads in the
Traitors for Trump. Oh my God. Have a great rest of your morning. Thank you, Dark Yezzy. Thank you, Rick.
This is how I stare when I'm looking like Zeus. I like to act a fool
when I'm moving like Zeus. Thank you, attacking. Thank you, Heaven. Snuggles, you're losing, bro. Tell your grandmother. Miss Tina. NXS. Snuggles, tell your grandma your big brother Zeus took you to task once again. Yes. Grandma. Snuggles!
I can't hang around with you. You fall in love too quick. You a high risk. That's all in the mix. I put a bounty on your head.
Great live. Get out there and vote, ladies and gentlemen. Angel, Jewel, I see ya. All right, I know it's hard to love Zeus, but you got to love Zeus if you love the truth. All right, thank you, little heart.
Like a tooth.
Play hating on the gods, please.
Such a douche.
I tried to be
patient.
Oh, how could I forget?
I'm catching all these snakes like a mom.
Stacy and Janae.
You know I'm so handsome. That's why they call me Z. This is how I move when I'm walking like
you know you love me,
this is how
right?
I sound when I'm talking like
Mr. Incognito, thank you.
I stare when I'm looking like
they know they love them some food. I know I make Janae's morning every day, right? Alright? Nothing like getting a little dose of Zeus. Thank you, Stacy.
I'm a god, call me Zeus.
If you mention my name one more time, Zeus is what they say. You combed your hair like Mike Johnson? Wow. Conservative Democrat. You really should just drop the conservative and be 100% Democrat. Say cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Jason, why are you putting Trump in the comment section? Is that the only word you know how to spell on TikTok, Jason? You can spell Trump, but you can't spell your name, Jason. Cut it out. Georgia, I love you too. They come in here and they go, Trump 2024. Hello, there's other words you can use to express your love for Donald Trump. That's getting real old. And by the way, you know what they say, Trump 20 to 24 years in prison, right?
I just want to find 11,780 votes,
right?
Which is one more than we have.
Right, and that's when we got him on tape committing a crime, and that's what we said. We gotta open up a RICO investigation, and we said, where is Jack Smith?
He's deranged. Jack Smith. He's deranged.
Hey,
Jack Smith. He's deranged. 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 Jack Smith. Donald Trump is indicted and they take one charge and they turn it into 36 charges.
Right.
And he's a big Trump hater. Openly, he's a Trump hater.
Yes.
And his wife is even more of a Trump hater.
That's right. That's right. All right.
Jack Smith. He's a Trump hater. His wife's a Trump hater. His
right.
family's a Trump hater. They all hate Trump.
Yeah.
They hate him with a passion. They'll do anything they can. And he's a big Trump hater. Harasser and an abuser.
What?
He's a big Trump hater. Openly, he's a Trump hater. And his wife is even more of a Trump hater.
Did the FBI do that?
There's something where they put documents all over the
right.
place and they took pictures.
Right.
Jack.
Let's get him, Jack.
He's a Trump hater. His wife's a Trump hater. His family's a Trump hater.
Cindy! That's right, Cindy!
He's a big Trump hater.
We're gonna get him! We're gonna lock him up in that jail cell! And it is lights out, nighty night, Trump!